punching fighters, G. And he was like almost punching fighters. But I was doing the same thing.
What, the Tonganu is Tonganu RP?
Yeah.
What's he up to?
He was just drunk here, that's why me and Fights didn't do anything. We're straight up, me and Fights are this close. Pa seen it. Pa seen me and Fights this close to knocking him the fuck out, G. Because I turned to me and I was like, hey, you better calm the fuck down before I knock you the fuck out, G. Straight up. Don't fucking take your alcohol with me, G. I'm not even drinking, my bro, and I smell like fucking piss, my bro. What the fuck's that? And he's like sitting there like looking at me and I'm just like, G, straight up, calm the fuck down, G. You're in the middle, my bro. Fucking sit the fuck down. Oh. He tried to lock the door on me.
Looks kinda like this.
When we got to do you know like how you just when you're on your way into Whangarei and there's that Macca's and Burger King's up together at the gas station?
Yeah, with the gas station.
We were over there because we had to pump up the tyre because we were pumping up the tyre. Like we stopped heaps to pump up the tyre because it was fucked.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he was like, I'm gonna get changed because I went to go get changed and he locked the door. As soon as I came back, I was like, open the door, and he wouldn't open the door, and because he wanted to sit on the outside. And bro, I just like moved his head out of the way, like slapped his face there, and like opened the door for me. I was like, shut out, brother. I was like, move the fuck over, G. Fuck you up to? He's like, I'm covered in alcohol, and I was like, and you don't think I am? Gee, not my fault you want to you dumbass.
Yeah, what are you?
Yeah, I wanted to slap him. We were so lucky. I was like, honest, if you were sober, Joe, I would have knocked you out right now, my bro, but you're fucking drunk and I know you don't fucking mean it. So, I'm hoping you don't fucking mean it, because honest, I'm being honest to God, G.
Where are we off to, brothers? Joe, I heard someone's mic on. Turn it back on, brother. Gee, let's go fight zombies, G. Oh, is this just like Soarings, but you get to fight zombies?
I'm pretty sure Nan feed you, Foxy. Did Nan feed Foxy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's had heaps, don't worry about it, he's just being a little bitch.
Yeah, I can see how big you are, my bro.
Give me my loot. Give me my loot. Huh? Yeah. Where's the shotgun shells at? Bro, turn your mic off, dude. Your mic doesn't even work, bro. Gee, turn that shit off, you motherfucker. No one has even killed anyone. Has anyone even got a kill on our team? Dude, that's a tree right there, con. Oh, gee, let's go to the enemy side. We want to find enemies. People down here on Darkroom, on Standard. Get the loot, get the lake quiz. Oh, what? He hit me in the head, dude. He literally hit. I thought I hit him in the. What the fuck? He was alone.
This one's down about garden and a lot of other things. You got so much silver bean and clay. They don't need it, so it goes to waste. Oh, I was picking some this morning, but the other stuff they get it from them. So that's a meat too, because there's a meat in there. And
Yeah. Oh, sorry, thank you. What was that?
And there's some flour and stuff like that in here too. Because they got a place, like a lot of these places, boy, they like they get we got this pataka in Muro.
Yep.
So people just come in and grab flour, everything like this.
Oh,
and just have it
nice.
on. So I thought, oh, I'll grab some for these fellas.
Yeah.
So that's milk and some mutton, lamb, I think a leg of lamb.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm telling you, we got 5 people in my house. We all work. And our freezer, I tell you, it's just full of meat. So I said, yeah,
We don't need
we don't need this. I'm sure other fellas gonna eat this. We got tons of cake. Good. So that's, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, my girl.
I'm good. My flowers might haven't gotten.
Oh,
I just
tahua.
put them in there.
Wow.
It's like video.
Yeah, nice. Yellow.
Yeah. She's got me heaps of photos too.
Which cousin is that one?
Jamaica.
Next.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, I think she got all our photos printed.
Oh, you want some chocolate fudge mushroom?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, I better not. Oh, but I'll have a cup of tea. No, because the sugar's no good for me.
No, but it's so good. It's so I think
I'm sure it's going to be munchy.
it's the food. It's the brownies that we get from Caritas.
A cup of tea will do me, but
Oh, this was back when that's when I was 13.
no sugar, boy.
She was 10.
Wow.
She was 10, Muslim. Yeah. Kim, she was 10. Thanks. That was back when I was 12. She
Sort of played netball.
She did, but because a lot of girls didn't like her and she got bullied a lot because of how tall she was, she got bullied out of the group. A lot of groups.
Well, my moko, she's fair as, and she's tall too, and her auntie is the assistant coach for the Magics, and she also played for the Silver Ferns, but she didn't last long, you know why? Because she was too strong.
No, yeah.
She had this mongrel anger, and she was always getting penalized, because she was aggressive.
Get angry.
Yeah, she would get angry. So my moko, she's tall too, and she's starting to play.
Oh, nice.
This is the cutest photo.
Now look at that, look.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how you been, boy?
I've been good.
It's been a lot better after that Korea that we just got it sorted. So I was following 2 things. I wanted to follow up. Not on you, so I made sure that the referral went in for the dragon alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And I also said that you know if they can come to you as opposed to you going to them, well they can.
Oh,
it's just more about man hasn't got heaps of gas to just keep on travelling backward and forward.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make it so that they can come to you. I hope you get Natasha, because Natasha's quite good. This is Māori chick. She's really cool, and I wanted to have a talk with her before, just to make it relevant, so that it suits you.
Yeah.
The other one was what else was I wanting to that I had to follow up with for you. It was that. There might be another one that could come out and do some of the anger management while if I can get them, but I'm just seeing whether I can or not. But I thought, as I said in that report, I'd rather we and I do that stuff together.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
The other next week. My week might be more. That was quite. I was just
I thought you, hey, wasn't he cool? I thought, oh, what happened to that fella? I thought you might have been on the crack.
I was just starting to fly the morning when it was my first day. I just started talking and I just wanted to answer everything.
Yeah. It was like, I got this fly, I got this.
And it really was understanding. See, my biggest thing, and you saw me in that report try to explain to the judge what happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you saw that, eh? And I think it's important you understand that because you realize, oh shit, actually this is because of this. As I told you, I had things that stopped me mentally.
Yeah.
My wife had things that stopped her doing things mentally when she was put under certain situations.
Yeah.
And it would lock her down. Just
And
exactly.
you just gotta breathe in.
Yeah, you gotta breathe, boy. And just say, hang on. No, this is what's happening. No, I'm not gonna die. You know, nobody's gonna kill me here. You know, but I'll just need to say what I need to say. And I thought that was really good, and I saw that come through. I saw that come through, and you know, and so this is the beginning, boy. Who did your tamoko on your leg?
Oh, one of my mates.
Man, that's good.
Yeah,
pretty
he's
cool.
a good artist, not that he went pretty quick.
Oh no, I mean it was, but that's still quite nice. You know, if that's just straight off, he just does that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he done like freehand too. I was just like,
Yeah, well, that
do
goes to
anything
show.
because I was his first tattoo he's done.
Oh, they did a good job.
He wanted to practice.
Did he have them?
Yeah, he's a full-on tattooist in a building now.
Did he what?
He's a kōrewha from Kaikoura.
Oh, scuffs. Where did you score those from?
She makes for them for me. They're like $50.
Oh.
She bought.
Are they comfortable? I suppose,
Yeah,
eh?
fuck yeah. They're like Kim's ones that Kim gave to her, but these ones are just tiny. Like I got tiny feet.
So,
So
boy,
boy, using a bigger cup. I forgot which one had those no sugar in it. I'm sure it'll be the lighter one, eh?
yeah, really like it. I'll tell you if it
Because
is.
these ones are dark.
Yeah, that'll be
And that
for
one's
the sugar.
what?
Do you reckon it'll be this one?
I'll soon tell you.
Because there's two dark ones and there's one light one.
Oh, now they both dark.
Sugar.
Sugar.
I'm going to put germs on all of this.
Oh no, that's a really good.
Sugar.
Well, Molly's not good. See,
No
we
sugar.
do.
Look, Mato.
Yes, please.
Macho, we did the whole 3 second rule. 9.
10 second rule.
10 second rule.
Oh, this flower.
The flower man. Yeah, no, sorry, I just stuck it on the table.
Wait, got this.
That's hard. I can do this.
Hey.
Yes, please. I'm just gonna go check this back in my room.
Yeah. So that was really good that we got to, you know, now we know where we are. Who's going to monitor that, which is cool. So, you know, two things, you know, like it's trying to get you to be doing stuff too. Like they talked about those licenses.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to get that sorted and get followed through on how that's going to happen. But those are, well, I write these down because I want to, when we do something, we try and get it done. I know it's been a long time, that whole quarter beforehand, but I thought that was right. What Brian and them were doing,
Yeah.
just to get you guys talking, being okay, because the more and more, you know, some of that stuff I had to talk with my own whānau about. I had to go to Auckland last week, on a weekend, because I, you know, similar hard stuff, and I had to talk with my whānau in Auckland, and it was hard. It was hard, you know, and I know when I went there, he got pissed. Because he didn't want to, you know, he was trying to, and then he rings me up because he was in Auckland.
Yeah.
Oh, uncle, where are you? I said, I knew you were going to tell me, wow, I'm on my way to Whangarei, I'm on my way. Oh, you don't have to come, uncle, it's so good, so good. And I could tell he'd been drinking. So I said to him, you been drinking, boy? And he goes, yeah, and driving. You know, and I said, well, boy, I'm coming. That's it. And you know, and so I get there, and he tells where their whare is. He had his car parked in front of the whare, and I could see he's still, you know, on.
Yeah.
And because he knew I was coming, and I said to him when I first told him I was going to come so that we could have a quarter. he went really quiet, you know, and because you know when he's sober, he goes quiet. It's only when he has a few that he gets game.
Yeah.
He gets game, you know, to talk.
Yeah.
And so I said to him, look, boy, I'm going to come in. He said, oh, okay. I said, now your head's going to do yourself with me. Your head's going to be saying, it's that fight or flight.
Yeah.
You know that koro television? You know, it's that fight or flight. I knew that's where he was. You know? So he could have come now. No, fucking come on. He could have done that. But he didn't. Because see, this fellow was real close to us, this mokopuna of ours. He's actually a grandnephew, but we, you know, and then he got drunk because he couldn't, you know, to think. And then when I got there, him and I sat down and we had a yarn. And I could see him, and he started. So he was game enough. He had to have that thing to make him game enough to say his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and so I said to him, like, we had a kororo, and I said, you know, boy, it's really, I know why you've done this, and you don't have to fear me, but I'd really like to have a kororo when you're straight. I mean, there was some stuff he understood, and he took on board. I know that, but I said, better we do this, you know, straight, and so he said, okay, then, and then I've sort of been trying to get him back. So why am I telling you that story? Because actually, like you were saying, you know, coming from this place of, well, who the hell do I want to talk? Even you, Kofai, even you. And I heard your kororo to me at the court. Because I don't want to talk in front of complete strangers about my stuff. And every time I talk about the stuff, it's like bringing up dead bodies.
Yeah.
That's how, and I understand that. My thing is around, and not doing it to every man in his dog, because I don't want that, but actually just to get to a point purely for you that this doesn't keep or doesn't cause trauma in you going forward. You may not even see it, you may not even think it. But in my own abuse, I didn't know until years later, and I was abused by a woman when I was really young. And I didn't know how it affected me until much later, as I got a bit older into my teenage years, and just the way I saw things, the whole thing around intimacy, around the whole sex side of things, was all really what I call distorted, all over the place, because that's all I knew. And there's certain things, for example, like I talk about, that I had this guy that explained that, and he said it the best that I could ever, I think explain it to me. See, because when we're young and certain things happen to us, and we don't, what I call, have the emotional maturity or the thinking or the old enough to understand what's really happening here. So we can be in a situation where this stuff is happening to us. Of course, we're going to like it because it's actually, what do you call it? Because we're human, and that type of thing actually is around normal process. Can I use the words arousal? That's what it does. You know, when you're adults and you do this, this is what it all happens. Like what you have is two people that are very clear about this.
Yeah.
As opposed to one that could be taken advantage of. But what it does in us, it starts off this thinking. Now this guy says, he talks about first sexual encounters. And it's like taking a picture. When you have your first sexual encounter, the brain, it's like this thing in your brain that sort of sears it in your brain. You know? And the feeling might have been good. And I don't know, this thing, you know, you think might have already told you this. What's your name?
Nah.
So it sears into your brain, the thinking. So if it's pleasure, well that's pleasurable. Even if it's done sneaky. See, done sneaky, like when I say sneaky, so nobody's looking, it's all done behind. So when it comes to when you're growing up, actually you can't get really aroused unless there's sneaky stuff happening. You don't understand why the hell not. Because look, I'm telling you the stuff because I couldn't figure it out. And you know, my missus, when I got back, I only had one partner. And I know another guy, and I never heard his full story. But he was a well-known leader. I know Māori, a well-known leader. And man, he just that whining everywhere. He's had some beautiful woman, smart woman, but then he'd be always having affairs. You know, and it wasn't, for me, what I realized with him, and I understand this, it wasn't actually the sex, it was all the other stuff. The texting, the build-up, the excitement around, even doing it behind people's backs. So they got more stimulation from that than the actual. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. That it triggers things in us, and we don't understand, but we just think, so, oh, we're fucked in the head. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, but and you know, I was lucky because I really only had one partner. Yeah, did I experiment when I was young? Yes, I did. But a lot of us, we didn't know. Nobody told us about the sex. You know, nobody gave us that corridor. But we were all around the same age, and we were watching and spying on our cousins, and like, you know, very much we didn't know. And then when I got into a relationship, a proper one, a sexual relationship with my wife now, a lot of these weird things would come out, and I'm thinking, and she goes, "What's that? You know, like, what's that about? You know, like, oh, you know, we had our, you know, so there was all the stuff started coming out, and but I didn't know what the hell that was about until I went to work, and that's what I was trying to say to your dad to go to, but get to him, so go to Te Priti. Te Priti is a kind of in the prison. It's in the prison, and it deals with people that have had these issues. I was training there, and then this stuff started to come through. So the first time you have that sexual encounter, this guy said, this other fella, it's like taking a photo, and your mind gets stuck there, and it gets seared in your brain. And it's a bit like taking your first hit, if you had your first hit of that or whatever. You know, they talk about chasing the dragon.
Yes.
You know, you're trying to get that buzz again.
Yeah.
So the same thing is with your first sexual encounter. Even if it's distorted, but you know, you don't know this. You don't know. You just felt, well, that's a pleasure. See a lot of people afterwards, if they've been abused by somebody, said, "What was my own fault?" I said, "Why was it going on?" "Oh, because I like it." Of course you're going to like it because your body's made to do that. But it doesn't mean your maturity at the time, because you should choose. You know, that sort of stuff. It's just those simple things.
You know, I honestly get what you mean.
Yeah, but so all of that quarter for me, when I was saying it to you, is about you getting to a place in yourself to actually understand these things and work it out, so it doesn't trip you up in your relationships.
Yeah.
And understand, okay, I think like this. Why am I thinking like that? That's really crazy. Well, this is where it comes from. I can't help that. And now, if you don't like that, you can change it. But you're understanding, you're battling the set thinking. And when I understood this stuff, I was like, oh, thank God for that. No, it's true. It was like, oh, is that what that is? And it's a bit like you, boy, when we're talking about some of your stuff that you're figuring out.
Yeah.
You know, why lockdown? You know, why they do. It's just figuring that shit out.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're not stupid, you're not dumb, and there's not something wrong with you. Actually, this stuff has happened. It's created that. Yes, yes. That's what. But see, we don't. Who the hell do we talk to about that? And then we think, oh, there's something wrong with us. It's us, man. We just, you know, effed it in.
Yeah.
And it's not, because things happen that create that. That's why even now, when I get angry about stuff, I'm asking myself, first thing I say,
Why
sometimes
am I
people
mad?
piss you off, well, you know, I'm going, so why am I getting upset? Where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? It could be that it was triggered from stuff with my dad, and he was angry with me. And he got air violent. No, I mean, my dad, as I said, I love my dad, but he had a vicious temper. And, you know, old school, you step out of line, you're going to get the crack.
Yeah.
And that's all he knew.
Yeah.
He didn't love us, you know, he provided for us, but boy, you know, so, but his anger, he could just fly off like that.
And that's all it is. It's about what you know and how you, because what you know, you think that that's what everyone else knows.
Yes.
And that you're just like, oh, is that how it's all going to go then?
Yes.
Just follow it.
Yeah,
And
you
you
just
follow
follow
it.
it.
And so, but my question is this, because there's something you do that you follow that's good. But if it's causing you grief, it's causing others grief, then you need to look at it and say, well, shit, is that the way I should do this?
Yeah.
I'm talking with an 80-year-old. This is an 80-year-old man who's having a battle with his son. He's in court, and something had gone down. And he's got to change 80 years of thinking. You know, and I said to him, boy, I said, matua, because he's my matua. Like he's 80.
Yeah.
And I see him tiny because he doesn't know what to do. He loves his boy, but when his boy does something to him, this old school kicks in. Old school kicks in. You don't talk to your dad like that. Did you fucking talk to me like that? I'm your dad. Even though he's going hard at him too.
Yeah.
So, but I watch him as we talk. He's figuring it out too. Just like he's 18 now. Here, you guys have got a head start. You've got a head start. Okay, there's stuff that's happened to you guys, but it's pretty harsh, and there's no taking it away from that. But if you can figure this stuff out when you guys are both young, then you can move past it, and you can change the future. That's the core. That's what I'm talking about. You guys, in the end, all I'm doing is trying to give you some basic understanding, so that you make choices as you get older for you and yours. And it doesn't have to be the same choices that's being made for you guys. That's the hope of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes me mad, and I'm just like,
Because whether it's a lawyer, whether it's whatever, but I see your brother here. He can be really artistic around, and when people say to me, "This is what I'd like to do," I listen. Because a lot of people, like I said to you, if they heard I like to, back in the day, I want to run, I want to act, I want to do plays. That's true. And my brothers would have all started laughing. They would have all laughed at me. Because that's not what we did. That's not how we rolled. Well, who said?
Yeah, he said.
who said
That's who said. My kororo, I think the key buzz, the ultimate buzz outside of all the other buzzes we can get, is to do what we've been built to do, what we're born to do.
Yeah.
That's the buzz. You can still have, but and I even say you can even have those other things.
That's what I.
But it won't overcrowd you. It won't overtake you, because your real buzz is what you love doing. That's what we'll think. Whether that's, like you say, being a lawyer, being a whatever, being a photographer, working in movies, even building. I'm saying building apps around games.
Yeah.
Because it's not just because you got an eye for visual. You're good at visual, but also it could go into many fields. It's like me, I can talk. So I can be a social worker, I could be a lawyer, I could be anything that has the waha. I could be a person up front in marketing, whatever. The range is big.
That's such an inspo because you're dyslexic, so it's way worse for you to be able to read words. Because, and I understand that, like, it must be so fucking hard.
Oh, well, yesterday, so I'm at this hui. Mate, and in the hui are all the iwi CEOs. Yeah, from around Taitokaro. They were all in the meeting, and I'm sitting there, and my mate's trying to do this thing, and I'm thinking, man, you need to write it up so these fellas can see it. We're having all this talk, but I gotta see where it's going. So I get up, and I start to write, and I know I can't spell, like there were words there. So I just read anyway. And then I said, well, I gotta say this. The worst person stands up here who's dyslexic, and my spelling, so forgive my spelling, but I just wanted to put these down. And everybody said, oh, Kate to play. We know what you're saying.
Aww.
See, so I don't let it put me off.
Yeah.
Because in the end, they know what I know.
Yeah.
And like I said, with all of the CEOs, we'll get on really well. But as I say, I won't allow those things to stop me from doing what I want to do. That's what I learned. And the other part of it is that actually everybody has a weak point. Everybody has a blind spot. It may not be spelling, it may be other things, but we all have weak spots.
Yeah, I think mine is more like I can't stop, like I can't shut up, like at all. Like if I laugh, I can't help it.
But the other part of it to me, well, there's a similar with you, Kofai. So you're like me in this sense. What our strength is can be our weakness. You know what I'm saying? So am I over talking too much? My mouth can be my weakness. If I get it wrong. So if I, from that same mouth, if I'm encouraging, which I like doing, that's what I do. I don't call myself a counsellor. I don't. Because counsellors, they listen to you more. Yeah, and so I know that. But what I am is what I call my gift. I'm an encourager. I encourage people. I can't go in and I look at people and I'm looking at them. What is this person good at? That's what my head's doing. Okay? Because you know they are you know this one. What are you good at? Oh, no, not really. You know, but I know in there is stuff. Yours is quite overt. You can see because you're that type of fellow. This fellow you gotta dig.
Yeah,
You gotta dig. And he won't say it. Unless, why would I say unless he trusts you? You know, and that's right. Because not everybody say they want to say, well, who's this fellow? Everybody comes and da da da. I've heard this before, yeah, but they never hear anywhere. They just say these nice things they get paid to do whatever. But sometimes when you think, well, this fellow's genuine, well, okay, I'll take a risk. You know, and the thing for me, yeah, you know, and all I'm saying to you, Kimball, you know, life is a risk. You know, and it's about you having the courage and to say, what the fuck? Whatever. You know, in the end, it doesn't stop you. Like I saw that on court the other day. What the fuck? Here I am.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. And everybody was like, who that?
They were there.
I was blown away, mate. I was like, yeah, hard. I was joking with who was sitting next to me. I said to the fire, who brought him? Who's that fella? You know, I was going to the fire. Who's that fella? But that's part of your growth. That's part of your journey. And both of you know, will learn and learn by doing things. So that's how I learn. I could never learn out of a book. I couldn't understand what they're saying first of all.
Also, do you know, because we were at the school for like 10 years, the only school you weren't allowed to like speak English and we weren't allowed to speak
Good old Māori anake.
We learned how, we taught ourselves how to read and stuff. I learned how to spell off Facebook. That's why I've always had Facebook, because it's always taught me new words and all that.
I learned, I was like angry. This one day we were at the old kura and this girl Hinirang, she asked me one how to spell mother and I didn't. I was like,
Mother.
oh no, I don't know how to spell it. And then the next day, I don't know, I woke up and I felt like I could read, spell and do everything. Like, I went to school, she asked me the same question. I go, oh no, I asked her, I go, I know how to spell mother now. And she goes, how? And I was like, M-O-H-T-E-R. She's like, I thought you didn't know how to spell it. And I was like, yeah, I thought I could see.
Like, that shit's so natural. It's like wicked. Like I thought that was weird for us to be able
No,
to
you know,
teach
there was a kororo. There was a kororo back in the day, because my son, they went to Kongareo, Kurakaupa Māori, you know, and actually he used to hammer me, you know, and so, you know, this is his kororo. You know, I'm dumb because of you fellas.
Aww.
Because you fellas experimented with us. You know, you took us to things, and then when I had to come back up here, I had to come to a Parker school, and I looked dumb at that school because I didn't know how to spell Parker. Now there's some truth to what he's saying, you know, and I was listening. But what the kororo back in the day, you guys will all pick up English. That's never going to be an issue. Whether you learn Māori, that's a different story, because they don't do that, because English is around us everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're going to absorb it anyway, because if you go online, see even him now, because you know, so he, you know, like Facebook, all those things that he'll taught our whānau how to not only type, but spell, but read. So it's there, that's a given, but not so Māori.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, so like look at Judge, so judging, you know, they all did the Parker stuff. They all did the Parker stuff. His whole family, because his mother's a Parker, and his father's a Māori. That's my cousin. And but they did well at school, you know. So the mother was sort of helped them with the education, and they did well. But all of them now, all of them speak Māori. That's the guy that what's his name, Calvin Davis.
He's wicked. I love the way that his words just flow.
Yes, they would. Yeah.
I was like, gee, like, oh, you know more Māori than I do, shit.
Yeah. So, but see, they learned later. They taught themselves how to. They were much later when they started to do kororo Māori, and all of the whānau are Māori speakers, even though they did English. But they taught them they taught themselves to do it. Look at me, I'm only, look at how old I am, I'm 60, and I'm just relearning, just starting to learn.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't even
Like,
look 16.
like 40 months
I thought you only like 40.
No, I'm 60 next year.
Oh, you don't look 16 or so.
Like,
You know, because I don't dress like 60-year-olds.
yeah,
Because you know why?
Style like us.
Because
Nah,
yeah, well, no, there's a reason. Because my background is I was a youth worker.
Oh,
I
yes.
was a youth worker for years. So I do not wear suits. That's not how I roll. The best thing you can get me in is a pair of jeans, and you know, and I don't wear the tie or the shirt. It's never been me. So you know, I just dress how I dress. No, that's how I do.
Yeah, that's better.
But
I'm
that's
happy
been
with that.
though. That's so understandable because all of our teachers that used to work with us were exactly the same. No one used to get suits.
Yeah, they come in with a beanie or a hat.
Yeah, but like
Especially Papa
checkies
Hemi
on.
will come in with a suit and a jersey over the top of his suit. I'm like, oh, that's
me,
a
man,
woman.
I go to these big hoos, and I'm wearing a t-shirt and a ngapu, you know, that jacket I wear, that protection jacket, yeah. That's what I wear to these big hoos.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody's like,
This one.
yeah, but you know, it's not about what you wear
Yeah.
That's about me.
and who you are inside. It's inside. You know? And that's the core of all the work that we're doing. Most of the work that we do with ourselves is not so much the outside, and it's the inside. How we think, why we think the way we think, why we do the things we do. Some of those things are around the values about how we brought up. You know, me coming with Kai is normal. That's not abnormal. I go to most of our whānau. If I'm going there, if I'm going to have a cup of tea, take a milk, take a milk, a bread.
Yeah.
That's normal. That's how we roll. That's how I was brought up. It's not in the weird.
Yeah.
So those are the practices that I
Yeah.
believe.
And we're used to receiving.
Yeah, everyone always
Because
goes
everyone
us
always
things.
goes us things.
So the kororo though, you know, there are other things that you know, it's not about Kai, it's about other things you can give back. It could be you can do some work for somebody. If there's something you're good at that you can do. You know, it's not, you know, you'll find it, whatever's good for you.
There's that.
Yeah, you'll find out what it is. Because it's also good to give back, because I think you
Yeah.
want to, because you're always feeling that it's just charity. It's not
Yeah.
charity. For me, people say, oh, it's charity. No, that's money. That's not money,
Yeah.
bro. I was brought up that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't charity.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
take-
Koa.
They would say the
Koa.
same because I would grab a meat from here, go to this house, and I was living with them.
And they're like,
And they're
hey.
like, no, you'll be got me. We're like, yeah, but I've been here for like a week and a half.
Yeah, see, it's our koha.
Yeah.
See, so you understand that. It's when you have a chance to do, like I said, I just went in my garden, it's true. It would have gone to waste. Because we got, you know, it's just overgrown the silver beet. And then, what was it? At work we got this, at school I was telling them we got a pātaka. Kia ora wara.
Morning, mate.
Did you give me glue tape?
Oh, now we forgot glue tape. We forgot the glue tape.
You always forget something.
The glue tape.
Oh.
I can't wait till I get off my
Oh.
next day.
Right.
We
Yeah.
got a good memory.
Yeah.
So the other thing too, you know, so for both of you is the fact that
Even lost my
you
key.
take control of it. You know? And so I was thinking about what the cool was to me. Kia ora rangi.
How did you forget it? I told you before you just left.
She goes, ooh, alright. We've been having a good yarn anyway.
Oh,
We've been having a
right.
good yarn.
May have good news for that fella.
Why?
You have to get from my
Okay,
phone.
bring on Monday.
Oh,
What's
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Bro, that's major. There are very few people in my family and they have their full license.
Got the Māori license? No.
So you got your restricted.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't go for my phone now.
No, bro, you know, and that's major because very few people have their full licenses.
Straight up.
Yeah, she was telling me less than I think 50% of the ones that went to that course.
Yes.
Yeah, they wouldn't have a license at all.
Wow.
Did you
So
go
we
to
need to get you.
RCC?
We need to get you restricted.
What course?
Yeah.
Is he got a learners?
You just gotta learn it.
So you both need to get you restricted.
Yeah.
Eh?
We got our learners like ages
And
ago.
I went, you know, I heard you say Tapairana, they're too busy and you can't get to them. So we need to figure this out to get these fellas. That's right.
Yeah.
Go for a haircut.
Yeah.
I need to do my drive.
Oh, next your phone's
I need to do my driving defense course, man.
Yeah, well, you need to
Your
do
30
that.
days is over,
So
I'm sure.
who was your driving defense?
Lori.
No, they were
Oh,
at court. When I was at court, I'll check with them.
Because every time I used to try and head him up, he wasn't around or he wasn't able, like, reachable at all.
So they wanted to get a team, and what, you know, that they had court, when we had court, there was another one, one of Fire's nieces. and they needed one more person so that they could do the defensive driving.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
How much is it?
I think it's 120.
Fuck, that's more than. Oh, that's less than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like 150.
I'll find out more. I'll get more information on that.
Because yeah, I need to do that. Well, then I owe like $3 grand to the court.
But how come $3 grand?
That's what I said. I don't understand why it's so much because the cop told me that it was only supposed to be like 600 and something if I was going to get charged if I didn't do the French driving course, and that's why I was like, oh yeah, hard, all good.
No, but please. What did you break? What did you crash into?
But
I'm sure
it-
they pay the cops and then the cops start sort of money.
No, it wasn't that way. It was just the fact that they came out because
Oh,
I
yeah,
called
yeah.
them. Like we told them not to call them, G. We were like, nah, it's all good. Grand's taking us home, and then they don't call the cops.
Purifier
Call the
Snaha
ambulance,
speaking.
Call the fire department.
Yeah.
If I just a question, I was talking with Kofai. You know Marino. She was trying to get. Did she get the number she needed to do the defensive driving?
Well,
Yes,
sure.
but you see, I think what it was, she had to have at least 6. So if there was more than 6, I couldn't see that would be a problem, but there was the least that she...
Because Kofai needs to do her defensive driving too.
Oh, cool.
So I'm just saying if we can organise that, Linda. Do you know how much it was? I took a guess at it.
No, it's free, but for the actual cost of the thing, Laurie would no way.
Yeah, but if you did it with them, would it be free?
Yeah, it's free. It's, you know, that the judge was talking about in court.
Okay, because I would like to get because Kofai's got a lot of fines and it has to do with the wrong license.
Yeah, but I think that I think like the defensive driving for Laurie,
Yeah.
I think it's something like 180.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I told you it was going to be expensive.
No, we might be able to sort something out. Yeah, we could get it from. No, it doesn't go to Laurie. It actually goes to the fellas that do the thing.
Yeah, Laura's a good.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not the one that actually gets the money.
Oh,
Do you
So
know?
he's free in the sense of so getting you ready for it.
Yeah.
When you actually pay for it, it goes to transport ministry, not to him.
And straight up, because that's what I told you when I failed my.
Okay, fine. We'll have a look at
it.
it.
Like that course where Kimball was gonna go.
Yes.
Where they take them through, that one is the free one, but it's the
It's for paying for the actual cost. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we'll have a talk about how we do that. My major thing is that if they can get on it, that'll be good. I'm talking about the defensive driving part.
Yeah, because I just need papers. To
Okay then, fine. Thank you.
It's fire there.
Yep,
It's Lucky there.
it's just come in. She's been.
I'll just have a quick word with her.
Hey, I'll turn it off speaker. You can talk to her then.
Yeah, like, so that's all I need to do. Because I need to show them 3 months worth
Purifier.
of the fixed
Oh, I'm fine, thank
Okay,
you.
so let's
Just,
have a.
yeah.
Just because of
No, that
because
no,
of
that was the
reckless
last time.
driving.
The first time he
Reckless
ran, that was the
driving.
last
Wasn't my
time.
fault. Like, do you know that big hill in Timoti?
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Do you know how I
you
got
know,
the car
I mean,
named
it's
on Max's car?
although we had his
Well, I
birthday.
was going down there and I was really pissed
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
And there was a
yeah.
car that was driving and stopping and driving and stopping. I thought it was a tourist and like I was getting really annoyed.
Early.
And then when we were coming down the hill, we were going about
Early.
40 down the hill, both of us. And then they stopped
Yeah.
on the corner and I was just whoa. And I was like, and I freaked out and I was just like, trying to push the brake.
You guys were like you didn't die, man.
Yeah, we flipped 4 times. And we walked out of there. Like the car was upside down. We like crawled out after being knocked out for 5 minutes.
yeah.
Cracked up and we were laughing and there was about 20 plus people. We were just, oh, what the fuck is so much people? We were like, gee. And then there's people like touching us and we
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
out. Don't touch me, like don't touch me, like what are you doing? Like she's that person that's like, don't let anyone touch me, like what are you doing? And we only had like 3 bruises and like 3 scratches on our body. I was like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, apparently, I think I'm getting mostly charged just because I had leaks in my car. They try to make her press charges on me, and she told them to give up. She's like, do you think I'm gonna press charges on my cousin? What do you say?
Defensive, eh?
Yeah. That's all the judge reckons. I just need to get that done, and then I will be all sweet. Have all my charges dropped. They said it's not too major, but if I don't draw, then I'll just have to pay a big fine.
Then also with
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we let off some firecrackers on Gulf
so I need
tonight.
to follow that proof when you go around the restriction.
We let off some
Yeah, so to get that
firecrackers
course,
off on
if
Gulf
that's paid
tonight
for,
because that was my
then
son's
the court will
birthday.
set that done. I'll get Barman to
Yeah.
follow through on what needs to happen.
Yeah.
The other thing is that
And I mean, you know, I'm so
we've been pushing with us
grateful
like to get
for
somebody
that.
to come to you and have that court order. So we're all on.
So grateful for what we really
And
did.
the other one, the last one, is probably if we can get all the stuff sorted or get
Like,
to do that stuff, so the next time we go back
She
to
was the
court,
one that
I
get
wanna
on
push
me. We're here
if
to
you can do
celebrate
the
Uncle's
Alice
birthday.
Oh, yes.
Go to Auckland. That's what I'd like
Yeah.
to push for. But if we
Yeah,
do all
that
these
would
bits and pieces, and that the judge can see, well, this fella's doing really well, then yeah, that would be
Yes.
good.
Yeah, if I get on there, I reckon I'll quit smoking.
Yeah, because I mean,
Well, I think
when
just
your
for you to
life
get
has
out,
been
be
messed up
away,
or is all
you know,
messed up,
you're doing something to
there's
get your
hope
head, you
for
know, fitness something.
Yeah.
Do something with your mental
That's what
that's
I've
not
always
making you
believed.
feel like you're in a cage.
Yeah,
Look at this one,
that's
I thought.
that's right.
Look at that. 7-shotter.
It's the 7-shotter.
The 7-shotter man.
And
Did
then
you guys have your first? Did you guys have one the other day?
yeah.
Nah.
Fifth.
Nah. But there was heaps of blowing up everywhere. We were just watching their ones.
What
My
is
mum
that?
before I had it, my father come back the other day,
Come.
and because we're not sort of fireworks people, but the father took her to big fireworks.
What is that?
Yeah, oh, yes. I don't know, that's what I seen. That's how I jumped over it when I walked
I
out.
just stood in it.
Oh, look now, you're gonna bring it inside. No, look.
Yeah.
It's glitter. What
Yeah,
from
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I don't know.
What the? Did a fairy die on our porch?
It's like glitter on the ground with dribble.
Fairy ass.
I don't know, Next must have bring it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have those big displays down in Auckland, they want
Yeah, but well, it's even around out, around the area, like
Yeah.
down at Waitangi, I think it's play here. They have one out there as well.
Oh, I never knew that. Oh, I want it. Oh, because I was mad because I was asleep when at least I got to see everyone else's ones. I didn't get to see
Oh,
ours.
yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen golf books in like 3 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we just got back. Because we took Punani to his interview for his building job. Building the job. And then they're gonna bring him on Monday. I'll say yes. Yeah, it's all happening.
Finally,
Yes,
made them
very long
different.
overdue. Okay then, fire. Yeah. I know. Click mirror. Thank you, your host.
Sweet ass.
I don't know how you turn it off. You'll put off. Just oh, I see.
That just freaks me out sometimes. The best thing I like on that is this. I can go like this. This is what I love when I'm driving. I
Yeah.
just go like this.
Oh,
And then I go, Siri, can you ring? And I just give the number and it dials it for me.
Oh, okay.
And then it comes up.
Oh no, we'll download it on your phone, it's a good app. It'll search for everything on your phone if you just say
Yeah. So if you're looking for a number, I'm looking at Siri, can you get me the number for da-da-da? It'll go into your files and it'll come up. The number is so from driving, so that's why I said I just push the button and it comes up and I say, Siri, can you get me the number? Or I'll tell them the number. They'll ring it for me, ringing, so I don't have to dial it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then it'll come up, push the button, then I can hear it, you know, like that's why I like it.
Yeah, they even got the computer, or the little speaker, and it's called Siri.
Yeah,
And they're like $400. But that thing can tell you anything in the world, anything. And it'll be pretty accurate.
I did say to him that we did push with those fellas to come up here 2 days with having alcohol. We went back after, because I don't know what happened, we had sent it off. So we're going back to them again saying, look, we need to make contact with these guys, let us know, and then go to them. It's not easy for them, they can't travel, so they need to come to him. So they leave up and we'll get back and come to him. And I said to him, if we do all these things like work on this license, like we said, do the drug and alcohol, so that when we come up there, maybe in the new year, into the new year, we can really get him to do his interview for the ASV. That's the training in Auckland. So, you know, to send them, they let them go. I'm going to ask for them. If they let them go to that training, that means maybe take the bracelet. I'm not too sure, but we can ask. If he's starting doing well, we've got to get him out of here to get his thinking. And I think that would help with him, so when you come back in, then it's also have to have a plan of what you're going to do, not just come back and do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you'll be all pumped. You'll
Yeah.
be all pumped up and you want to do something. And that while you're away on that time, we can have a talk beforehand and then figure out now what. So we get that ready when you come back.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, harder, that'll be.
Well, that's the plan.
That'll be nice.
We had a good yarn with Kofai too. Around some stuff this morning. Because I said to her, it's easy to do, because I did follow up on the kororo and she said to me, I found it hard just to say to strangers like you through all that stuff. And I said, I don't want to keep dragging this up either. You know, it's about you being able to do what you need, so it doesn't trip it up. But some of the kororo we did today, because I get a bit nervous, that's why I can say it if I'm talking, say to a male, and then I can talk because I'm okay, but when I'm talking to the young girl, and yet, when we sat here and we spoke about some of the things, she got it, really got it clear. And I was talking to her around the effects sometimes, how it distorts our thinking in that particular area. You know, in regard to, and I had to talk about my own abuse and how it affected me, it distorted my thinking. And she got it. You know, it comes out in this way, it's just going, wow. I said, because you think, well, why the hell? You know, do I think like that? Or this is when this stuff starts happening. And I think it made some sense to her. That was, it's about, and like this fellow, as I said, I was really impressed that he really did last time in court. I thought, but then he told me why, which was really cool. And so, you know, for both of them, they're working this stuff out. And that's all for me, it is that sometimes it's shy and I get it. I don't know, so but all I wanted to do is it's about helping them work it out for them. Nobody's going to answer it for them. If they got some things to sort of figure out what's happening here, then this is not to blame themselves. And then if they want to talk with people, then we can get them to talk with people. It is my children now. So I'm not going to bore you fellas anymore. That's enough.
That wasn't even
No,
too
that was
much
actually
fun.
funny.
That was interesting as fuck. Like you said, true facts, and it was like, wow.
Yeah. You know, it's like today, you sort of somebody says that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Then you can take it. Yeah, and I see you getting it. That's why I thought that's what happened the other day. You got it.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, I clicked.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta stop being this ignorant little guy.
Well, you've never been ignorant.
Just being, just
Yeah,
shut
well,
up to
you know,
everyone, that's all it is.
But for all sorts of reasons, you think, you know, you think the way you do. That's why you think sometimes I'm ignorant, so I shouldn't say anything. Not true.
It's mine.
That's not true. It's just you see things differently. Everybody does.
That's it, that's the word,
That
say
is-
things differently.
Yeah.
I love.
Like, I think it's what I watched too. I watched some weird stuff like why humans even here.
Oh, no. Actually, most of my learning, because I couldn't read, came from TV watching documentaries.
Yeah.
Actually, I knew a hell of a lot. That's how I learned. I couldn't read a book and understand, but I would sit down and watch and listen. And I used to love watching documentaries, and I still do. But that's how I learned, man.
Nan got us into that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
because Nan used to watch 70 Discovery Channel and all this stuff.
Yeah,
And
Discovery.
then someone will talk about something and you're like,
Yeah, no, you had
you're
a
good wrong, and
yeah,
then I
yeah.
watched Discovery.
Well, you know, most of my mates back in the day, back in Moerewa, you know, before they had a lot of TV,
Yeah.
you know, they just same old. Nobody, they hated. I love watching the news. I love watching documentaries. And but they, you know, they just did the same old. But when it came to things, I just realized, shit, I know of it. So I'll listen to somebody saying something, the teacher, and I go, yeah, I know about that.
I learned this on TV.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell them where I got it from. I just said,
So
I'm
now
just
get
really-
those
yeah,
people
yeah.
idea.
But, you know, we learn differently, we think differently. That's why that whakatauki about, you know, the four corners of the marae, or four corners of the whare. It's really just about the different thinking. You need to have all the different thinking in it. But if you feel too whakamā to speak, then nobody will hear your kōrero, and they may need you, because your view may bring the balance.
Yeah.
Like the hui yesterday, we had a whole lot of fellas talking, and very strong speakers in the room, and I don't even have a hassle when people start to disagree, because I'm thinking, oh shit, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And you battle each other, but it's not about I'm better than you and I know more than you. I just go, well shit, I didn't realise that. No, I didn't know that. Then all of a sudden, yeah, you start getting the big picture. So kōrero, you know, good kōrero, and right, and when I say good kōrero, it's not all nice. Sometimes it gets a bit ugly. You know, when people start getting angry and that. But sometimes you know you can still hear what you're saying, and I get it, and I even understand why you're pissed off. You know, but I don't take offence to it. I just simply go, okay.
Feed off of it.
Yeah, learn from it if I can, you know. But yeah, I think, you know, the saddest thing is when people don't say anything and they keep it inside, and that's when the really comes, because it explodes. That's what you're saying. That's what really comes.
Yeah.
So they've had enough of me, honey. And I had a good cup of tea. We had a good laugh. So far I was going to come, but then something happened. She couldn't
Yeah,
come.
yeah, she
But
was
fine.
saying.
Fine. We're all right. It's on a mission.
She was saying she saw Erling with Cherry,
Yeah.
you know, having a good yarn.
I like this
Erling
little
was
secret she's got going on.
Yeah.
She's got a clipboard.
Yeah. So I can carry the stuff I need to carry when I need to carry it.
That's wicked.
And people think, oh, you got screwdrivers in there. They think it's a screwdriver there. I said, nah, man. And a lot of people like this because it's simple, and then they can carry it.
Simple
Yeah.
as. Like, it's even got a clipboard on here, so like, if you were to clip your stuff on there, wouldn't
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I was looking at
Because Matua,
Wait, what? No.
no, Cyril had one too, eh?
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh yeah, I remember that actually.
I think he copies me. He'll think, nah, he copies me. But I'm thinking, nah, I had it first. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for that.
I never finished with this.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
When is your cousin? Number 10.
Honest, I'm glad that was
Well, that's
not
what
nice.
it's
That was like,
Keep on, honey.
like you proved the point. It was like, wow.
And as I say, you
Put it in
guys
here.
work it in the sense
What, all of
that
that? Oh,
around
what's
the
that?
country,
Oh,
around
your
the-
stones.
when things start happening.
Oh, you break them all up?
maybe.
I've been doing that so much lately because there's nothing that really makes you mad.
Wait.
Well, you'll get temporarily
Wait till
mad, I
next week.
guess. Like I can get like mad for a bit, but I can like sit back and realize what should I actually do that though? Yeah, should I actually do that though? Like sometimes I say things out of anger.
Well,
Imam
most of us
Taylor.
use
Imam
Yeah.
Taylor.
sometimes you
Control
know,
of
it's better.
Oh.
And he's more the head of it.
Yeah, no.
But I see him as learning more to say it and to have a confidence and like I said, not to feel, oh, I'm dumb or this is dumb to say or I think you know, because actually sometimes Kimball, you don't know my wife is quiet.
Yeah.
She sits and listens, and then all of a sudden she'll talk, and then you go, wow, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
and then what she says why I sound smart, because she says I sit there and I listen to all the korero, and then I start pulling all the bits together, and then I just really just say it all, and she goes, and then everybody goes, wow, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
So the listener has their role.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can pull that all together. Well, all the talkers like me, we talk the stuff, put it out there, but we put it out there. Then you have the listeners that can pull the stuff together.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate. Each are different. Each has a role. A turanga.
Yeah, I try and pull it all. It can come out differently. Like.
Well, that's right, because you're always gonna process it the way you process.
Yeah.
And it doesn't see. The fella I find is interesting is Mato Waiora, because he's quiet.
Yes.
But he's processing it in a way, and I listen to him because actually some of the stuff he comes up with, I think that's beautiful. How he sees it, how he interprets it. I think, because as I said, he listens.
I find he's an old soul.
Old soul, yes.
Yeah, an old soul.
Absolutely. It's got that ahua from way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Whakaeti. He'll say his stuff when he needs to. So that's the other thing too. He's tikapunu. But Aroha is I see that the time he was got in trouble. He was the one. Really, was that they're just young. We were all young. We were all young once and dumb. That's what he said, and that was wisdom in the room.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him.
Because he used to deal with the young people down in Whangarua. He was like a tutor.
Yeah.
Especially ones that used to get into
Trouble.
Run away from school. So he used to go to where the old Runanga used to be.
Yes.
That's where he used to have his little class. I don't really see how many kids he used to, but he is so patient with them.
Yeah, that's the korero. He is.
Yeah.
He is. I was conscious when I was here last. Kimball talked about who was your Panoma that they got killed?
Oh,
Hamui.
They found the person that
They did it 2 years.
Because Hamui, I did some work years, me and Fire did Hamui. And it wasn't long after he lost his brother. And I would go out because he was with his nan at the time she was alive. Over in where were they at? Where was they were staying?
Oh, Matinga.
Matangina, yes. I would go over to Matangina to see him. And he was going for a hell of a lot that were at the time. I could, and you were right, you made me laugh when you said, yeah, probably would have been hard to start on part of that. And I said, yes. Because he had a tinfoil and heck. But there was you could see in him there was a whole lot of stuff happening for him. Why he was like that. Yeah, so that was sad. And they had a closed casket. Anyway, this is you.
you so much for that was me.
Straight on.
Looking forward to next week.
That was real. Like, that was the realest talk. Nothing holds me. Love it.
Very good.
Brother, ooh, full license, go for it, go hard, brother. True, you can walk around with the whole farm and go, I'm legal, I'm legal. Hey, and the worst part, don't screw it up. Yeah, I'm legal. You can go around the whole of Matoni, I'm legal.
What's good?
Yeah.
Where's your license?
I got full license.
Straight up, that's
You can get your truck for your truck license and stuff now.
Next year.
Hey.
Yeah, I reckon next year.
Oh, I can't wait to get mine.
Straight up, you'll love that because you love
Easy
driving.
money.
That's something that you would love, Annex, because you love driving.
It's a,
And you love
it's
driving
a-
by yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and all you'll have to do next is just pick shit up and drop shit off. Like, next.
Look, I bought some stuff too. I bought some Central American.
Next, that's all you'll be doing. You'll get paid 40 an hour to be picking up shit and dropping off shit. Driving.
People just come because we get a lot of stuff.
And because some of the
Where they have a lot of stuff like flour and all this sort of stuff that comes, stuff that's been over, they drop it in wood, and we just open up, people just come and grab some flour and some this and this and something, and we have and there's a leg of mutton.
Yeah.
Less we bought, we already had produce in there. Now, do you
so she gets maddest discounts for everything else.
300 for her is just like 100.
Yeah.
I'll bring some over there because
She gets 110%.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
Oh, more.
The freezing works one too.
Yeah, because
I'll bring some over next
I
time.
doubted it because he took Nico and come back.
Nah, you never come back.
Hey,
They just saw his way.
oh, I take we one. Why?
Nah, well, Granny's David stopped and talks.
Yeah,
He talks about.
he is the mucking around guy.
Yeah, well, I got us.
Huh?
I got us.
D.
Oh, that's
Sila motor.
you see, he broke.
Color.
That's what it was. That thing up there.
Who broke that?
Oh.
Nedgy. Nedgy.
Oh, Nina.
Oh, look, you can put stuff in there now.
Yeah.
You
You can put your ear in it so you never lose it.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you can.
You gotta glue it. Oh.
No. Bye, Matua.
Fuck off with the phone. He has to drive all the way out of here just to talk for half an hour.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just to make sure that next net comes all good.
Señorita.
Then he brings some rolls and stuff.
He brings some rolls.
Silver beef.
He bring a fucking lamb leg.
Yes,
And he brings some
American.
silver beef.
I was me
Two
there. I just walked in there
And
and she
top
was
the
like,
fridge. And there's some
oh, we're
milk.
looking for good workers.
Two milks
Are
in
you,
there.
are you confident? I was like, yo, are you committed? Yeah. And then she looked at all my my statements from ITCA because I still got them, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and she was like, oh,
Oh, that's
I'll see next
very-
week what the boss says. You can, if he says you can have the job straight away, then you come in.
Hey,
Yeah. I was like, oh,
Nah, that means you are gonna get the job.
you're an ex.
Because
They
that's how
wouldn't-
she said it. That means that you're gonna get the job, so you're not coming in.
Yeah.
That's basically what she's saying.
She's
was
like,
looking at my
I'm just
resume.
gonna tell the
She
boss
would've
that
just-
you're gonna be
She would
here.
have seen your work and been
Oh,
like,
Ellie.
oh, fuck, you've done heaps, woman.
is that me?
Don't wait up.
What's that? Hey. What's that for?
Anything.
Oh,
stuffing.
the chicken stuffing game. No, we can make our own stuffing now. We want.
Yeah, make new.
I don't know why no one
Make
does
fresh
thick stuffing, you know, pulls the bread in thick pieces, not little tiny ass pieces. Everyone wants to taste that stuff.
That's Nan's way. The little crumbs.
Straight up, it's better when it's all bigger. Everything's nicer when it's big because you can taste it.
Has the cat had a clay?
Yeah.
Oh, Nan, did we get a drink?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait for rain, bloody rain. Oh, nah.
Who's got the weed? Who's got the weed around here then?
Oh, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. He's got some.
Hey?
It's Wednesday today. He's got some.
Who?
Oh, yeah. That's what she said yesterday, Wednesday.
I don't know, I wasn't here.
Oh, he's got
When you follow the tick off her, write down how many ticks.
Here, I'm supposed to be adding 20,
Oh.
extra.
No, remember, because you had a tick, and I had a tick, and then I ticked another one. Remember, you paid your tick? Yeah, you paid yours, and then asked one for me.
Yeah,
Remember, another one for me, and that's $40.
And she reckons I owe 22.
No, you go, no, I don't.
Yeah,
I paid you
that's all.
20 then.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you
See, that's right, because I gave you a 28.
Yeah.
No, don't say anything. You're gonna mix us up. I know.
I know you Kim paid for all your tax, and you paid for Kim's tax.
Yeah, I paid
Bro,
now.
we-
Even Graham reckons I still owe him a 20.
No, we
Well, they
paid
can
for
come and
that.
fucking fight me if they want.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll go up to him and I'm like, cuz, did you not see me give me that
Yeah.
extra 20 to you, cuz?
What, do you want me just to take your weed off you right now?
I'm like, gee, we can roll you, G, don't fucking say bullshit things like that,
Fuck,
cuz
that
next,
pisses me off.
Graham took me to go and pay for it all, too. Like, cuz Kim bought one off
Yeah,
him, and I
I
gave
bought
him
one
another
off him
20
and he gave
for
him
yours.
20.
Cuz if he said that you owe 50, I'll be like, oh, no, you told Max that he only owes you 20, G, that's what you said to him in front of all of us. I'm like,
Oh, that's what you really mean.
I was there, that's why I told Kim he was going to go 50, and I was like, no, Max only owes 20, and he's like, hey, I was like, he only owes 20, that's what Graham said.
You see 20?
He legit said 20 to Kim.
Oh, so you follow the pay off.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Bro, if he said...
Next, you message him and go,
Nah, I got it.
no, but if you message,
Like, if he hits you up about it, be like,
Okay,
oh, so my sister didn't drop you off that 20 when they went to the gas station.
Oh,
So you're telling me my
and I
sister...
got proof because I was messaging him that same day.
Yeah.
I go, he goes, you got my 20?
And he
And I
rang
go,
Kim.
oh, what's that for? And he goes, oh, your brother's tick. Oh, just 20. Yeah, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got that. I'll send over 40. He's coming right now. Are you there? This is exactly
That's
what I said.
exactly
I go,
what
are you
happened.
there? Are you at the gas station waiting for you? Because he's coming. He's already on the road. He's already
Oh,
there.
hey, is that what you follow through?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. I got all the evidence on my phone and...
Next, that's exactly what happened, G. They start saying that we don't pay our tax, G. I'm like, G, we're the only people that pay tax, G.
I'll fucking fucking.
You straight up. Bro, Kim, I swear someone set us up yesterday when they popped our tyres or like the F's down there. Cause Kim, that tyre was like, you should have seen the nail oil. It was like this thick. Then why we got a pop tyre.
Yeah, that's why you never go anywhere without the whole crew.
No, you
Well, that's
all,
gonna happen.
all of us went into the courthouse. Like we
That
parked
ain't the
the
whole crew.
No, they went to go see the other half of
The other half of the F's.
F's.
so
Oh, I
we went down
And
there
they all
and they all said
think
it.
Fight the hua.
Fight
the hua.
Fight the hua.
Fuck that hua.
Oh my god, when I said that to him, he'll get mad.
Fight the hua.
Hey, fight the hua.
You like to fight the hua.
I'm going to fight the hua.
Bloody hua.
You bloody hua.
You
You need a hundred fuck.
You bloody hood.
You bloody huas, fuck.
Wonder what that means.
Little hoods.
That means little shit to it.
Big boys.
I mean,
Come here, big boys.
I mean, come here, hua. I mean, boy, not
So, Kimberly. I was a doctor, ain't it?
Yeah, you were the spoiled one.
And I was a president, ain't it?
Oh, we do go fly spree.
Who by what the tweet?
Nah, she could be a bit of Jacob. The Queen Bee.
Fuck, that was K Pop's ass. I don't know if you were in there. Kim, I see you were in there. And did you hear Pa? When Tills was like, I'm the queen, blah blah blah, you listen to me. And then Pa's like, but there's two queens in here. Ah, it's like, oh, I like looked at him and I was like, oh shit, that was a statement now, brother. And he's like,
So was he calling himself a queen? Nah, he wasn't calling him.
straight up, he's like, because Tills is going 100, and he just turned around and he's like,
Oh,
look,
that's why you don't really like him. No way.
Honestly, I don't blame him. Fucking hell.
because she treats, just bro.
She treats them like she says she does all this shit for them. Like when I was getting older, she would say, "Yeah, I feed my brother, I look after him." And then when I see Kerry doing everything, it's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kes is a good bitch, yeah. Kes is a
lie.
good bitch. She's just like the only point she's the way she is because she had to be. Like she had to be loud, like to get her point across to her family because no one listens to her.
Yeah, she was quiet back in the day. Like, even at college.
Because-
Even at college, she
Yeah.
never used to talk.
Like she never started shit because she didn't want to upset her nan. Like on her birthday, her nan bought Tills the newest Samsung and didn't get Kes anything on her 16th
What?
birthday.
Fuck
That was sad, G. I was like, hey, she's like, yeah, my nan doesn't want to get me anything right now. It's all good though. I was like, what the fuck?
That's
I
sad.
remember that because she was like, my nan just bought Tills, like Tills is telling me that my nan just bought her the newest Samsung. That was the Samsung S6 when that first came out.
Yeah.
Fuck, I felt so bad for Kes. I was like, what the fuck? Because Tills was like trying to record her and that's when Tills used to hate her.
Look, you finally clean and stuff.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it took you like 2 weeks, boy. Is that why you feel great now?
No, it's because we've been feeding him. He doesn't clean unless you feed him now.
I've noticed. He's a good
Sure,
boy.
their
when
mouth
he's-
is dirty if they don't eat.
They got a chew or something.
Yeah. Cause look, he looks different already.
He looks nice and fat, fluffy. Looks like he's loved.
Fuck, he loves it.
Oh, can I have some? Yeah. No, but that was second. You laughed exactly how I laughed. Did as soon as I walked in there,
been easy, go.
as soon as we walked in there, Kim, all I was just boom, boom. Do you not see those two girls eyeing me the fuck down? They were like, wait. I was like, oh, 8 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and then they looked, and they were like, boom, upstairs, boom, downstairs, and they were like, holy fuck, and I was like, gee, I can feel that shit. I can feel their eyes fucking burning skin, G, like, who the fuck are they? And then they were like, oh, room 10's up there, they must be Ray's family, and I was like, why are they looking at me like that? I was like, holy fuck. Gee, I just want to slap their faces, like. But yeah, no, apparently that wasn't making me come. They were like, it's not worth the drama. And I'm like, what drama, G?
What drama? There ain't gonna be no drama.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's
you,
here and now. We're gonna do it right now.
yeah, none of this fucking,
No, I
I'll
agree.
see you
Yeah.
next week or some shit. Nah, it is what it is. G, take it how it is. Fuck, if I got a hide, all good, fuck, I couldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't
that's
come
the
back
thing.
down here. I wouldn't come back down here and be like,
I was only solid fighting one-on-one. So when it's unfair
Yeah.
battle, you gotta realise you gotta take that.
and that's the one thing, we've only fought unfair battles.
Yeah.
And-
And now you've gotta fucking try and thing up for it.
And that's what I'm hate because like I keep on looking at him like because he looks at me so disappointed with. He was like pissed off at me for ages. He wouldn't even talk to me or till. I was like, gee, I'm doing nothing but like trying to defend myself. Gee, you're supposed to defend me as well. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit, G? Because like he told me and told not to go inside the court case. He's like, I think I should just go in. And we're like, so we've been sitting out here for 4 hours and you're telling us this now. And he's like, oh, I mean, you can come in if you want, but like, I reckon, and we're like, do you want us to come in or not, brother? And he's like, not really, and we're like, well, fuck you too then. And because we already had dropped off bites, so we just sat outside, we were like, fuck you, and then we walked in anyway. Because the coppers, they were being nice as, like, the Māori cop, the Pākehā cop was the one who tried to come up to us and say all this shit. And then the Māori cop's like, oh, what's wrong? Because they told us that we weren't allowed to stand in there and shit.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, we got told to get out, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, why is that? And I was like, because you're not allowed to stand. And he's like, oh, when's your birth supposed to be on? And we were like, oh, you know, like 11:45. And he was like, oh, okay, when I go in, you can stand right behind me. It's all good. I'll tell you what's up. I was like, oh, thank you, sir. I was like, thank you, boss. And he's like, it's all good. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, you think you get to give everything on you? Fuck,
Huh?
don't get too carried away, cunt. I'll beat you up.
Who's that? Popsy. Well, what happened?
You think I'm gonna feed him everything? I mean, don't get too fucking carried away. You can't.
Holy shit. This is amazing.
I eat more than you. You understand?
Come on. This is so nice. Nah, you're straight on. That shit was fucking stupid.
No.
Come! Is Nan not talking to him?
No, sorry, no.
Why is that?
She doesn't want
Oh, sorry. I didn't do them.
Hey, is that what you said?
You let me to.
Hey, yeah, she let you stick.
What's your problem?
You asked if it was all
They
good.
don't
She's
give me,
like,
they don't sell. Trying to make us feel bad. Fuck, I don't feel bad. I don't give a fuck if you're not selling.
that money's not going to be anything.
That's what she tried to do here. Make her feel bad or what? I was like, okay, Nan. She's like, I'll just send them over here. Yeah, sweet ass, please.
Why, what's that for?
Well,
Pick up the money.
what are you gonna do? Fuck them up.
Why, how much tips did you?
Just two.
And didn't you pay for it? Oh, that 48. But you said Tuesday,
Yeah.
and you can't get out of the house, Stu. That's what she needs to realize. You can't leave the fucking house.
No, she was just stressing out. She's just a dumb bitch. She's pissing me off, that old lady.
She needs to realize, bro. She was the biggest stroke kids ever. That's probably why, bro. Yeah. I broke kids down like that.
Yeah,
Too.
we're
If Jacob
understanding.
was to do anything to you, she would be down to you.
Fuck, I was meant to eat that wood.
Nana, your friend's being silly, Nana.
Who's that?
Your sister-in-law.
Oh, the cow.
She was trying to tell the boys that she's gonna get Tractor to come up here. So
No,
get his pick.
no, that's not what she's trying to do.
Oh, she's trying to make them feel bad about her not selling.
Yeah, she's trying to prove some points. I don't know what point she's trying to prove.
About the whole thing.
About the,
Right.
I think it's about the whole thing.
Oh, dude.
Or she should just say no.
Yo,
Yeah,
but
that's
next
what she
week
was
we're
saying.
gonna have free gas.
What's that?
The girls are gonna pay for Nan's car.
Hey,
Yeah.
to get you there back. Nice.
What? Oh, hey. How much are you giving? Oh, $50. Oh.
Oh. Oh, that's more than we put in like every 2 weeks. We put about 20 in like every.
No, I was looking about 30.
I
Me and Nan sticks in about 30 as well. Every time she pulls up the car. You just have to, otherwise it's not making
Yeah, I know.
I'll just put 20 in one day. Next day,
Yeah, normally I'm
another
just
20.
going
20.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends if I'm in the car, then I'll chuck in 30.
Yeah.
It depends upon my far.
Yeah,
I'll
far.
chuck it. I'll chuck it more.
I just say 20 because we usually go to carry and that's enough to get them back.
Yeah. We only need to go get them back.
Yeah, fuck
So
yeah.
we-
So I need to be spending another 20
Yeah,
if I
we're
don't
not
go
like
back.
ragging them, fucking going waste gas just to drive down the way. Fucking-
Like we'll drive down the road, G, but we won't put any gas and like
Yeah, right.
this shit's gonna make it there, G, and back.
Yeah, back.
And it's gonna make it back to the
And then it's gonna make it to a gas station when we need it. And if it don't, we get people to go.
We tell them to jump in. Oh, you chuck extra thing in this car.
And we can't break.
No, see, you don't do that. You know, that's a non-stick pan. You know, it's specially made, man. That's why it's
Oh,
non-stick.
it's just
No, but nothing's still supposed to scrape on it. It scratches the pan, scratches the material off, and then it's not a good pan. It's back to the normal pan.
Back to the.
Man, remember that fight that Nick had with Tracy, Isaiah? Isaiah and them? Remember when Nick and them had that fight? When Nick was slamming the doors?
Oh no, I don't think I was.
No, you were there,
Yeah.
but yeah, you might have not, but I was paying attention. It was over the pan.
Oh, hey.
Tracy's scratching his non-stick pan. You're not meant to scratch, you're not meant to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, you're meant to use a non-stick fucking.
No, you're just meant to wipe it. In the
Yeah,
pan.
you're supposed to.
No, like
wipe it with a
to
paper
use
towel.
it. To use
Oh,
it.
you're not
You're not meant
supposed to use the plastic one.
Yeah, the plastic
Yeah,
foams.
non-stick.
Yeah. This is such an expensive pan then, and because it's stone.
If they are. What are they?
Yeah, what are they called?
Yeah, something cobblestone or something like that.
Yeah, some shit.
And that's why when you wash it, it comes straight off. But if it doesn't come straight off, that means all those scratches.
That's why. See, look how this is sticking, man. It's not meant to do that.
Just like
So it's
it
Well,
been-
you fellas used it first. I just wiped it, and then I cooked in it.
Yeah,
didn't
I
wash
wiped
or
it down.
anything, I just wiped it.
They do not need to eat in it. Because
Now,
once we try something harder.
whoever had whatever.
No, what I mean is, it's only like that because, I don't know, someone's washed it with a scrubber brush or something.
No, whatever you fellas used in it, you fellas didn't.
No, man, you're not
You
getting
can-
what I mean.
You can cook anything.
You can
in
cook
that.
anything in it and it'll slip out. But because it's been scrubbed,
I'll show
it's
you
not
an
going
ad
to slide
now.
out. Yeah, Fly will show you the ad. Anything can slip out of it, no matter how greasy or how sticky.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Because it was non-stick when early in the game.
Yeah,
With me.
bro, that shit was
Do you want me to run the money over? Come.
And she
There
can
she
wait.
went.
She can come over and grab it herself.
No, fuck that, because if she doesn't rank in the room, she'll come in the room.
Oh yeah, I remember.
No,
She'll come over straight up.
Oh, well, make sure that ringing don't pull
You got
her.
ask her if she got anything. She got any, anyone sent me any toys? What do you got? No, if she comes over, we're not going to see her. Just give it to me and I'll chop it up.
Here it is.
Chop her up one cane. She can say one cane. Giving me one cane bullshit. She was giving us one cane. So what the
Yeah,
fuck's
fuck
one
you.
cane gonna do? This shit makes me hang more.
Yeah. That's why when Pa said that, it makes him hang when he has one cone. Fucking hang.
We are. Oh, I was live streaming that whole thing and I didn't even turn it off.